Greetings and welcome back to Sage Against the Machines, AI War 2 Logistician Run, and we have followed through on the plan that we mentioned at the end of the last episode. We have taken Hard 1 now, a key capture to give us our Argon, and to really be able to block off the enemy Warden and Hunter fleets from both directions. Now before we move on further, I'm taking a look at what's happening in here and raising concerns. There is some threat that has not actually become Hunter yet, and so it's just hanging around. There is some Hunter mixed in here as well, but a pretty significant portion, close to 50 strength of their threat is here. And I want to go in there and clear out as much of that as I can before they are able to retreat. So,
taking fire on enemy world.
Anytime I have this kind of opportunity, I want to utilize it. Everybody just going on pursuit. We're just going to hammer as much as we can. If they come back through into my planet, I will be thankful for that. We're able to grab some of the Guardians, and now you can see they're running. But we'll take out what we can in here. Looking like most of them escaped, but we took down some. Now we're going to head back because we want to continue. There is a little bit more expanding we can do within the limits of staying at the Mark 1 level. And since we have the Argon, I want to close the back door, which is here in, oh my goodness. And of course, we're still grabbing everything in the system, including our new combat factory. And of course, we've cleared this out before, so we just need to get set up on top of the Xenon. And then after this, we sort of just want to think about what outguard do we want. We've got the Xenophon and War Harvesters here. And then we also have the option in Unruly Felicities of the Hydro Hobbyist and Automated Fire Support. And those are not really bad options anywhere, but I want to get the Automated Fire Support, just the sniper capability to distract people from the edge of the planets, particularly on large gravity wells. Those should be quite effective. There we go. And we'll do the usual setup in here. Now we've got to kind of guard against a bit wide-ranging options. So I'm just going to sort of throw the turrets directly in this direction. And we'll put up the usual tachyons, tractors, mines, all of that fun stuff.
My crews are at your disposal. Construction starting now.
And then I think we're just going to keep right on moving into here. And let's get that hack done. And of course, we're gathering up more science. We're going to want to take a look on how to utilize that. We just got our Argon fuel in place. And actually, let's leave our support fleet in here for the moment. Just have those engineers help out with everything. Because we can't really do this outguard hack, at least I don't want to, until we get this fuel in. Got zombies hanging out. If we look at our AI progress, only 10 reduction left. So if we were to do a second one of these hacks now, we would tip over to Mark II, and I don't want to do that. And they're claiming now the Xenon fuel. Okay. So now all of that is in place.
Yes, sir.
We'll move on into here. And hack the automated
Our
fire
hackers are
support.
starting.
Nav data recorded.
And of course, a little bit longer of a hack here, 2+ minutes. By the way, in case you're noticing these circles here, that's a graphical glitch that's been discovered in recent patches, so those could just be safely ignored.
Science teams have gathered all available knowledge in this system.
Here's some more fun headed our way. Imagine we should be able to punish this without any problem eventually.
Our hackers have done all they can.
And there we go. So we now have 3 fleets of automated fire supports. And of course that number will go up as the game progresses. It's based on how much AI progress you've incurred over the course of the game. So now we need to take a look at the bigger picture. What are we going to do with our science, and what new planets are available for us to know about on the galaxy level? There are definitely some interesting new developments here. One is that we appear to have fully explored this area. There's nothing else that is connecting over here. It's all the action is coming down in this area, just a few that we haven't fully explored yet that we know about. There's still about 30 plus planets that we haven't explored yet total, so a lot more than is here, but apparently it all connects out this way. And then we have a bastion world here of the Turtle AI, so quite possibly the Red Grail could be their homeworld, although it's weird there's no other bastions nearby, so maybe that's off somewhere else. And clearly to get to the enemy homeworlds, we need to come around through this direction. Now there's a couple of plans that I have here, just really looking long term. I think I am going to end up skipping, even though it's really attractive, these officers here in Cadet Dispenser. Because I like the idea of coming over this way. First of all, in Vici here, we have a Thanatos, and we have a very defensible balanced fuel station. So I think just grabbing this, Thanatos is a pretty quality arc, like having the zombification there. And then right next door, we've got that Hydra fleet we noticed before. I'm just going to call this Planet Q, because I'm not even going to try to pronounce that. So this is just Planet Q. But grabbing this right next to it, again, we've got the Parasite, Hydras, Vanguard, and Stingray. So that's pretty much what I want to do in this area. Of course, I want to keep hitting the distribution nodes, data centers, wherever we can. And then from here, everything in this area would actually be within 4 hops. So no deep striking when we need to come in here and knock out CPA bunkers or whatever we want to do. But before that, the main thrust coming through this way. We're going to hit Gamble Gate next. We want to come in here, eventually take this. Need to hit another data center before we do that, though, so again, we don't trigger Mark II before we have to. This fleet, I think, is a probable. So that'd be a second additional fleet that I'd want to grab. And then getting into this area would be interesting. Because, say, from here, 4 hops would take us mean, there's nothing really useful here around this Bastion world. So what I'm thinking about possibly doing is grabbing Kessler Pit, because we've got a defensible Argon, which we may not need, but we'll see how that goes. And then we've got this turret schematic server. We're definitely going to want to acquire at least one, probably 2 more planets that have these. And got the vampire turrets as a pretty good initial option there that I would probably want to get, and we'd see what happens with the further up levels. So that's my general approach, and of course, once we grab this, the second major data center, then we can hop into most of this area and, you know, hit data centers, and there's some more bunkers out here and all of that. Now on the research front, this has been a little bit more of a tight haul for me. Right now, there isn't a huge amount that really calls out as we really need this immediately. We are going to be getting, at least with the acquisitions I mentioned, 1 more core ship line, another line of sniper frigates. So I think it's probably worth it to upgrade this. I may want to grab the mini fortresses here later on too, but they're expensive and I'm not sure if I'll do that. But I think grabbing one of these is useful. But I don't think going higher in artillery is good. We'll probably need another line of splash ships, but I'm not convinced I'm going to want to spend on that. So I really don't think I'm going to go any higher in these. I could go with logistical commands, but right now we have enough energy. I don't feel like I need that. I am going to spend 1 more level of engineering, though. I think that's how I'm going to do the rest of this, because as we're getting up to a point where I think having that faster build speed really going to help us in some battles, and of course this also gives us the cloaked engineers. So I think hopping in there, and we're sitting at about 150 threat now, so that's a very manageable level. Our fleet is almost that strong overall. I think then pressing through Gamble Gate, Round Space Orb, getting into some of these bunkers and data centers is the best plan for the moment. Gamble Gate then our next step, and we're definitely going to be hitting this Dire Shredder Guardian first. Always a high priority target. That makes us feel a bit better about things. Let's get rid of that troop accelerator. And smack around their turrets. Okay. So we're doing pretty well here. Next up on our agenda, I could finish clearing out. There's some stealth guard posts in there. I'm just going to try to leave them be. So this is our next target, but it has an attractive matrix fortress. And we have very few things that can damage that on the increased damage resistance that they have on Logistician and up. Now, we could have put up fuseball turrets to do it, and I think there's probably a couple of our ships that can do more damage than they would heal from, but it's very complicated and time-consuming to do that, and we just simply don't have the time. So then the question becomes, do we want to hack this? Sabotage hack it, or hack it to our side? I'm going to pop our fleet in here, because I want to hit this Sabot guard post right by the entrance.
Offensive action.
There we are. And so it would cost us 11 hacking to just get rid of it, and 51 to reprogram and take it for ourselves. Now, for a normal planet, that would not even be in the realm of consideration. In fact, I've never done this. But I actually think I want to in this case, just because we're going to be taking this for the major data center. This won't quite cover that far out, but it's pretty close, and our shields will cover the part that's in here. And essentially, since the AI, is generally not going to be using a mix of ships that would be very effective against these, they could really bash themselves up against this quite a bit and not accomplish much. This could be virtually a don't ever worry about losing this system button in the future. And If we really need our hacking for things like ARS and whatnot, then I would reconsider. But I think we're going to be doing more of capturing fleets than hacking ARS and reserve most of our hacking for turrets. So I think we probably can afford this. I may pay for it later, but I'm going to take the lead
Hackers
there.
are in.
I just want to get rid of that
Hacking is finished.
and have it not be a problem anymore. So we can watch it in action down here, clearing out some of the problems for us. Okay, let's keep right on going. How are we doing in here? Okay, they're still basically wrapping up some problems over there. And yeah, I want to bring you in here.
Listening post report AI
Okay.
instigator base constructed.
So stealth guard post right here, which hopefully we don't antagonize, but we'll see how that works out for us. How we doing over this way? Okay, Warden Fleet is going to get boosted. I'm not hugely worried about that just yet. Let's keep hammering away. Alright. Dire Widow, let's get rid of you. Come on, get rid of you before you leave. Doggone it, you made it out.
Fire on enemy world.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Whoops. We definitely had some people triggered then. So let's see what's going on in there. Okay, yeah, this got triggered and we have some unhappy people. I think eventually our tackle drones will deal with that scenario though. I'm going to keep going here.
I follow.
And I think for the moment, we will want to clear the rest of this out eventually. But for the moment, let's hop in to our next fun. Because there's Instigator there, and let's see, where is... Okay, there's a whole bunch of them in Old Habits. Where is that? I think that's over here. Yeah, okay, they're probably heading our way. So if I can, I want to knock out this Instigator quickly and get back there. And in fact... let's withdraw all of you over here to be ready. And just forget about what's happening in Gamblegate for the moment. Oh, lots of fun. Finishing off that Dire Widow first. Okay. Another attractive Matrix Fortress. This one we're just going to sabotage. We just don't have time for your nonsense.
Hacking has commenced.
So we're going to chill out here while we do that.
Hacking job.
Okay, that's done. And it looks like they're just starting to come in over there. Okay. Let's get rid of this Instigator. They've got... this is mostly Warden passing through. Okay. And let's get rid of the data center. Looks like things are not going too well for us over there. Let's make sure... Okay. We need to hurry. Get rid of the data center. Come on. Dire Concussion Guardian being a problem.
The AI is targeting a critical piece of our infrastructure.
Oh my, more is coming. Okay. We can come back here for the CPA bunker. I just feel like we don't have time to do it right now. We don't have to worry about it this instant. Let's just get out of here.
on critical planet.
Come on, load up. Not gonna wait for your last few. You come back to Compost Mentis. It's a few hops, but you should be able to get there quickly. Make sure everybody else is loaded out in here. And our turrets are starting to get hit, but we're holding out for the moment. Okay, you're on your way. Just one more jump, and you're going to help, and then we'll deal with that. So, lots of clearing out of the enemy to be done here. Go ahead and go on pursuit once you get over this direction. Okay. And of course, should have called them in before, but let's bring in our snipers to help with this scenario. And I'm feeling pretty good now about bashing all of this apart. What kind of guardians are we looking at here anyway? Lots of spiders, I think. Some gravity, some spider. Now they're starting to run. And here comes the Reconquest wave. So we have a whole nother barrel of fun to deal with. Some of them are running, but a good number of them, our tackle drones are saying, actually, no, you will not run. And this wave is presumably going to be dealt with just fine. It looks like by the time we're done with all this, the net effect is going to be that we've cleared out some more of the threat. Yes, indeed, all of that will rebuild. Let's just double check what's going on in here. They've got some bombards who... I mean, our zombies are coming in here to help as well, too. We'll keep an eye on this, but I think we're going to be okay. Alright, so I think we just go back then to what we were doing. We're going to hit this bunker. Going to hit this one over here. Since we hit this data center, we now have enough AI progress. We can really seize this planet, and that'll give us some more vision. Another CPA bunker over here in Old Habits I want to hit, and just start really trying to pick up the pace in clearing those out. That'll be our agenda when we return to AI War 2. Thanks everybody for watching. Be back soon.